If a man has 6 million yuan, could you marry him on the first date? 6 million? Should I be honest? Yeah, 6 million is worthless in Beijing. Worthless. Not even enough to buy a house, right? That's right. But if I say this, I'll probably get beaten up. This conversation took place during a street interview with a single woman in Beijing, often referred to as the leftover woman due to her age and unmarried status. Her remark that 6 million is worthless in Beijing quickly stirred public outrage. Although she wasn't physically attacked, her words drew sharp criticism from men online. Many commented, "Who could tolerate someone so entitled?" Others added, "There's a reason leftover women stay single. Expectations like this eliminate 99.99% of men nationwide." Perhaps this woman has exceptional personal qualifications to make such bold statements. However, another woman, earning only 2,000 yuan a month, also made audacious demands, leaving people puzzled about where her confidence came from. Even though I only earn 2,000 yuan a month, 6 million means nothing to me. My marriage requirements include a dowry of no less than 6 million yuan. I'd also like a house for my brother, another house for my parents, a villa for myself, a sports car, and a Rolls Royce. After all, my parents raised me, and it wasn't easy for them. Asking for these things isn't unreasonable, right? Even though I only earn 2,000 yuan a month. One man commented, "I almost threw my phone after watching this video, but I managed to hold back." Another remarked, "Are you looking for a husband or an ATM machine?" The topic of leftover women has become increasingly popular in recent years, especially in major cities, where this phenomenon is widespread. Simultaneously, marriage rates among young people in China have sharply declined. In the first 3 quarters of this year, only 4.8 million couples nationwide registered for marriage, down by 943,000 compared to last year. Meanwhile, almost 2 million divorces were registered, nearly the same as last year. To put this in perspective, back in 2014, over 13 million couples tied the knot. In just a decade, marriage rates have been halved. While many urban women struggle to find partners, marriage rates among young people continue to plummet. This trend worries not just their parents, but also the Chinese government. In response, matchmaking events in public parks have become increasingly common. What used to be spontaneous gatherings have now turned into organized events sponsored by local governments in an attempt to boost marriage rates. One such example is the matchmaking corner at Shanghai's People's Park, a bustling weekend hotspot. Elderly parents line the walkways, displaying A4 posters with detailed descriptions of their children's qualifications and clearly listed expectations for potential matches. For those unfamiliar with this setup, the sheer scale and directness can be overwhelming. While some attendees are elderly individuals seeking partners for themselves, most are trying to find matches for their unmarried children. Some of these parents have been coming every weekend, rain or shine, for over a decade. Their dedication is a testament to their unwavering hope. A marriage broker, known online as Sister Jing, shared her observations. Today, since it's raining, I took a closer look at the profiles spread out on the ground here at Shanghai's People's Park. The ratio of men to women here is roughly 1 to 7 or 1 to 8. It means that 1 man for every 7 or 8 women. Among these women, many own cars, houses, and have substantial savings. On paper, they seem exceptional, but finding a suitable partner remains challenging. The profiles I see today are the same ones I saw last week, last month, or even last year. Day after day, year after year, why is there no progress? This phenomenon reflects the marriage situation in major Chinese cities, where the proportion of single women significantly outweighs that of men. Some statistics suggest that in urban areas, the ratio of unmarried men to women can reach as high as 1 to 9. The imbalance might surprise many, given that China's gender ratio historically skews male due to decades of preference for sons. According to official data, there are 17.5 million more men of marriageable age than women nationwide. According to the 2020 China Population Census Yearbook, the male-to-female ratio for those under 29 exceeds 110. However, further calculations show that the male-to-female ratio for ages 20 to 34 in urban areas is 103, in towns it is 102.5, and in rural areas it's 116. This indicates that while the ratio of young men to women of marriageable age is severely imbalanced in rural areas, it is relatively balanced in urban areas.
Honestly, I wasn't surprised when I learned that kids from ordinary or poor families in big cities have an 80% chance of becoming leftover women. If you don't have a solid foundation, it's nearly impossible. Matches are often arranged between families of equal social standing. Parents thoroughly investigate each other's backgrounds. It's almost like a political marriage. For those at the bottom, marriage feels like gambling. You might get lucky and marry well, but the odds are slim.
As one blogger pointed out, rural girls, especially those who are educated and work hard to establish themselves, often face significant challenges finding a partner in big cities. In Ningbo's Jiangxia Park, a 38-year-old single woman held up her personal ad at a matchmaking event, attracting a crowd of curious onlookers. Lower your expectations a bit, young lady. My expectations are high? No, they're not. I'm quite lenient. I only ask that a man be taller than me, at least 1.68 meters. I have a master's degree, and I'm fine with a man who's only a college graduate. I'm not even asking for a car or a house. While her expectations for height and education seem modest, the 800,000 yuan dowry she later mentioned caused discontent among the elderly matchmakers, who began haggling over her requirements. Another woman, who also worked her way up in a big city, had a different story. Once a promising young lady, her lack of family connections led to her boyfriend leaving her. As time passed, she found herself aging out of the marriage market and now considers her life a failure. I'm 38 years old, a single woman past her prime. Life is really hard for me now. I don't even know how I went from being a normal, optimistic girl to the mess I am today. I used to face problems head-on, solving them with effort, but now I feel like I can't solve anything. I just cry. I have no one to lean on, no man to support me. Honestly, this is harder than when I was studying for college entrance exams. Back then, I could rely on my own efforts. Now, there are so many things I can't handle alone. I've been diagnosed with mild depression and need medication. I stay in my room, staring at nothing, feeling disinterested in everything. Is there something wrong with me? I used to think I was invincible, but now I feel useless. At 38, I have nothing to show for my life. What's next for me? It feels so hard. Looking at Shanghai's matchmaking corners, the single women there often have impressive credentials, PhDs, master's degrees, financial independence, houses, cars, and savings. For example, one woman's ad reads, born in 1985, master's degree from abroad, monthly salary of 20,000 yuan. Height, 1.6 meters. Seeking a man with a master's degree from a top university, a monthly salary equal or greater than mine. A height of at least 1.8 meters, a house in Shanghai, no previous marriages, and an age around 35. While her qualifications are strong, her criteria make it daunting for most men to meet her standards. Even if such men exist, they're likely to choose women under 30 as partners rather than one nearly 40 years old. The personal ad reflects the sentiments of many single women in big cities. Chinese women often aim to find partners who are more accomplished than themselves. On top of that, they add numerous criteria such as residency status, appearance, and substantial dowries, making it difficult for these highly educated and financially independent women to find ideal matches. In Shenyang's Nanhu Park matchmaking corner, one woman explained why she believes many women there will never marry. If you've been to Shenyang Nanhu Park's matchmaking corner, you'll understand why I say that at least half of the women here won't get married. The personal ads hanging on trees often belong to women who are outstanding in every way except for their age. They're educated, financially independent, and come from good families, many with parents who have pensions. Most even live alone in their own apartments. Why are they still single? It's because they want partners who match them in every way: income, education, and age. They're looking for men who are at least 1.75 meters tall, have a bachelor's degree or higher, earn at least 100,000 yuan annually, own a car and a house in Shenyang, have a stable job, and are emotionally mature. Most of these women are over 35, some born as early as 1982 or 1983. Their standards are similar to those of women in their late 20s. How can they compete with younger women? For many women, becoming single was never their plan. They simply didn't want to settle, but somehow ended up as leftover women. As one said, I never thought I wouldn't get married, but here I am, at 35 years old and still single. I didn't expect it to be so hard to find someone at this age, but it is, because of my social circle and my age. What surprises me even more is how men don't want to date older women. Even older single men don't want us. They despise us. When I think about it, it makes sense. Why would a man spend his money on someone he considers an expired product? Why would he choose a smart, sharp older woman over a younger one? Interestingly, women with simpler profiles seem to attract more attention from potential in-laws at matchmaking corners. For example, one woman's ad read, Shanghai resident, born in 1991, bachelor's degree, 1.6 meters tall, fair skin, pleasant features, and can cook. This drew significant interest from parents of prospective grooms. This reflects lingering traditional values among many elderly Chinese, such as the belief that a woman's virtue lies in her lack of ambition, and that a high level of education is often seen as a risky trait, potentially intimidating a husband. As a result, listing bachelor's degree in a profile can make a woman more appealing. Some parents of male candidates prioritize a woman's age and childbearing potential over her education or career achievements. This mindset is echoed by certain men, as demonstrated by a case from Shenzhen's Lianhua Mountain Park. The matchmaking corner at Shenzhen's Lianhua Mountain Park can be brutally revealing. Last weekend, I saw a tearful woman leaving. She was 36-year-old from Hunan. She had a PhD, a house, a car, and a mid-level job at a major tech company. She showed interest in a man her age, also 36, a master's graduate from a top university who worked at a state-owned enterprise. When she began to highlight her impressive qualifications and was about to scan the man's QR code, he stopped her. He asked bluntly, "If we get married, who's providing the marital home?" The question caught her off guard, and she replied, "Isn't that the man's responsibility?" The man retorted, "What does your success have to do with me? You have a house and a car, yet you still expect me to buy the house and pay the dowry?" Angered, she said, "I chose you because we're well matched. Together we could combine our resources. Don't be ungrateful." He responded, "I'm busy with work. I want a wife who can take care of the household. I don't care about her degrees or her wealth. She just needs to be kind and family-oriented. Besides, we'll need kids eventually, and at 35, that could be difficult for you. Plus, as a career woman, you probably won't want to stay at home. If neither of us are home, what's the point of marriage? You're accomplished, but I don't need that." Her parting words were, "You men are so shallow and short-sighted." Then she stormed off in tears. On the other hand, some men challenged societal norms. At a matchmaking corner in Guangxi, a man earning 3,000 yuan a month demanded a wife earning 8,000 yuan. This sparked a heated exchange with an onlooker. "You're not serious about marriage. How can you earn just 3,000 and demand a woman who earns 8,000?
Why is it okay for women to set standards for men, but not the other way around?"
Your demands are too high. What women earning 8,000 would choose you? Good luck." Some bystanders supported him, arguing that it's fine if he manages household chores while his wife focuses on her career. The man added that he used to be a chef and has no problem cooking and doing laundry. He questioned, why should relying on looks be a privilege reserved for women? Foreigners have also joined the scene. In Guangzhou's Tianhe Park, a Korean woman put up her ad. Born in 1997, only child, fluent in Chinese, Korean, and English. The most striking part of her ad? The bold statement, "No dowry required." This caught the attention of many elderly matchmakers, overwhelming her with questions. Online commentators praised her practicality, suggesting Chinese women should learn from her. Skipping dowry demands is the way to go. Others joked, we need more foreign women to balance the leftover women market. In Beijing's Temple of Heaven Park, a Belarusian woman advertised herself. Born in 2003, she graduated from a Belarusian university with a degree in translation, speaks 5 languages, and works in new media with a monthly income of 50,000 yuan. Her key selling point? No dowry required. Many observed that foreigners seem to understand the root of the leftover women issue in China: sky-high demands and economic calculations. Sadly, some Chinese women fail to see this. These matchmaking corners, bustling with activity, have been compared to open-air marriage markets. Marriage, traditionally viewed as a sacred union based on mutual affection and compatibility, seems to have shifted toward a calculated economic contract. In an environment shaped by decades of prioritizing financial gain, criteria like houses, cars, and savings often overshadow personal values and emotional connection. This represents not only a departure from traditional values, but also a disregard for human dignity.